What is up, blockchain gang? Today in gaming news, our top story, Metamask wallet email addresses were breached in a hack involving third-party customer support solutions they employed through Consensus. Only about 7,000 wallet addresses were affected by being linked to their email address. If you have not used Metamask customer support between the dates of August 1st, 2021 and February 10th, 2023, they do not have your email, and your information was not breached. The biggest risk to email leaks are sophisticated targeted phishing attacks through email to secure bank account or wallet credentials. There is a link in the description if you think you may have been affected on the steps you should take as a precaution to protect yourself. The incident has allegedly been contained. This raises the question if we should trust a wallet that doesn't protect user data when processing it through outside systems on hackable private databases. Are there no customer support agencies in the world that operate on the blockchain to encrypt and protect users' private data? Let's get on that, guys. Which brings us to our actual headline of Abyssworld by Metagame Industries. This is an open world Souls-like game on the Sui network, but the most interesting thing about this project is not the amazing Unreal Engine 5 graphics or subpar tokenomics. To me, it is the fact that they are a studio that is claiming to finally utilize the blockchain and AI to prevent botting and cheating in their game by teaming up with a company named Space and Time. Using each other's tech, they claim to be able to index the blockchain's data with off-chain data from the game to create a tamper-proof system monitored by AI to spot potential abuse. All of this is theoretical at this point until the mainnet releases on May 3rd, but they believe this will allow them to create new earning schemes and protect the value of players' assets from exploitation by running the blockchain in parallel with an off-site network of servers to validate in-game actions as well as blockchain transactions as genuine or sus. All of this is great, but when digging into the tokenomics, I'm not very impressed. They're great at pointing out all of the problems with other blockchain games' tokenomics designs, but I don't think their proposed solutions are going to do anything special. In fact, some of their ideas are just doubling down on previous bad designs and calling them something different. They are essentially creating two different games, one for earners to play and the other for spenders to play. Perhaps they think they will see a majority of the players become spenders, and that is why only 30% of the AWT is available for earning through gameplay, and the infinite supply of the MGC token, which has no value but is required to create NFTs to sell to spenders or use to earn AWT. We will have to wait until Q3 or Q4 when the game is released to see how this works out, but I'm not optimistic about their theories in the slightest. However, crazier things have happened in a bull run. One thing that impressed me was how classes advance their stats based on their in-game actions, offering choices that can dramatically change their strengths and weaknesses based upon what they do with their time in the game. The downside I can see to this design is that it could create mindless build farmers who raise characters in the most unfun way possible to min-max their stats and sell them on the black market. Kryptomon NFT is launched on Playdex targeting at Filipino gamers. I hate that this article advertises you can play for 1 peso a day. When doing further research, you find out that you need 3 for a team, and since the market rate is set by renters, the current floor for the cheapest 3 is about 5 pesos per day. If we don't count this outlier, which is probably just a listing from user error since it's so much less than the rest. If we check the rented NFTs, we can see that the cheapest are about 0.2 pesos, or the lowest amount that they can possibly be listed for, so it's safe to assume that these are alt accounts of the owner, with nearly all others being about 1.85 pesos per day. This is a stripped-down version of NFT Pokemon with Tamagotchi influences, with initial gameplay emerging in December of 2021 to power up these NFTs. Players only started earning when the battle gameplay was released on November 16th, 2022, or by finding eggs to sell as NFTs. The reviews are terrible for the Google version with about 5,000 downloads, yet there are 26,000 token holders, and the DApp radar is showing less than 1,000 unique active wallets interacting with their smart contracts in the past 30 days. The Sandbox has finally revealed their new NFT landowner roadmap, and spoiler alert, they continue to confirm my suspicion that all land sales are cash grabs. This says in the 3rd quarter, they will allow owners of land to publish their experiences for other players. How many years has it been since this was announced as a selling point? 2? 3? 7? I can't remember. Anyway, in Q4 of 2023, they plan to release the ability for landowners to mint their creations into NFTs and sell them. Of course, let's not forget that the owners of the land will be able to earn more from monthly events and claim exclusive NFTs. Remember, people cannot buy land in this game. You must win land through a land lottery so that it is fair. because we all know how fair and trustworthy unregulated lotteries are known for being. You gain tickets depending on how many sand tokens you own, a minimum of $600. And if you win, you don't win land, you win the privilege to buy the land, which costs about $600 for a regular space and $2,800 for premium land currently. You can also gain more entries by playing the game in past seasons. Also, the land is in a random spot, so you have no choice of the location. While the second-hand market has a floor price of $880, you should realize that when these were minted, token holders were likely to pay as much as $1,000 for each NFT based upon the price at the time, while it was possible to get land for as little as $420 if you bought sand at the bottom of the crash, while some people paid as much as $30,000 for premium land at the all-time high, which has a floor of $1,155. All of this should be free to do in a game, which is why it pisses me off that they gate it behind such a large paywall, while the game has less than 7,000 unique active wallets interacting with it over the past 30 days. Listen, if I charge you $10 to make a hammer, it's because the hammer is worth $10. Now if you make me pay $1,000 just to sell hammers, I have to charge you $200, and the hammer is still only worth $10. This isn't creating value, people. It's extorting it. Okay, I've calmed down now. Shardbound is a collectible card game where tactical movement around the board is just as important as the cards you play, similar to a Fire Emblem series game. It failed its early access Web 2 launch on Steam back in 2017. Bazooka Tango is a studio that buys up these games that ran out of funding, converts them into Web 3, and finishes them. CEO Bo Dali, who was the co-founder of Super Evil Megacorp that created the hit MOBA Vainglory, believes this is the best way to convert Web 2 audiences to Web 3 games, with polished games that they are already familiar with. He views games like these as a great deal because the majority of the workload is done already for them, and the game has gained a cult following of Web 2 gamers to help it relaunch, along with the crowd that play-to-earn titles also gathers. We have seen mixed results in this field where successful casual games in Korean markets struggle to retain players or keep an economy from crashing on the global market. While Bazooka Tango is focused on the game and art development side, they have partnered with Immutable X to handle the blockchain side of their games. Do you think it's a good idea for multiple games of the same genre to be competing on the same networks, or is this bound to shard the community to unsustainable proportions for each game? For all my casual gamers out there, a Solitaire-based tournament is launching on the Viker Games network on April 24th and will last for 7 days. Part of the Animaka brand's ecosystem, these simple games allow players to earn satoshis, which are fragments of Bitcoin, and purchase gift cards or send them to pay for services to other users with the ZBD wallet. I cannot find a way to withdraw the funds, though, to an outside wallet. Also, holders of the Polka Pet NFTs will be able to earn double the rewards during the tournament due to their incorporation into the game. Now, when I was 12 years old, I reverse engineered the Vegas rules of Solitaire to create a system to win 67% of all games. I was excited to try my luck in this tournament until I saw that they play that weak-ass single card style instead of drawing 3 at one time. I am not wasting my time with this Solitaire Junior since my system revolves around manipulating this 3-card rotation. I have no strategic advantage over any players, and I won't be participating. If you are interested, I wrote a book about winning Solitaire that is no longer accessible, but I can dig it up and publish it to Amazon for $1 or something. Just let me know. Isekai Studio announced Star Symphony, a rhythm-based game for the blockchain, which is the first of its kind to my knowledge. Taking inspiration from popular games such as Parappa the Rapper, Guitar Hero, and Friday Night Funkin', players battle each other by tapping the correct keys in time with the music to power up their characters and abilities in a fantasy musical showdown. In addition to peer-to-peer NFT trading, the game also features a Spotify-like implementation where independent artists can upload their songs and create levels and earn from other players liking their creation. As we ride this musical train home, we see a meme game called Limewire. If you were surfing the internet in the early 2000s, this is probably what you used to download all of your illegal music, television, movies, and porn. In this game, users attempt to search for the most popular media of the early 2000s while avoiding any possible viruses. None of the downloads or viruses are real, as it is just a throwback simulation down Old Town Nostalgia Road, similar to Minesweeper, with players' high scores being logged and the promise of Limewire tokens supposed to launch next month. Those are all the stories that I have for you today. Thank you for watching. Let me know if there's anything I left out in the comments, and make sure you subscribe too, so we can do this again sometime soon.